What's up everyone, it's Scotty with MoneyVest. So in this video we are going to be talking about Tesla stock, and Tesla here dropping a little bit close to 2%, and also more importantly breaking down a very important level of support. However, it's also now trading at a very important support level. So I want to talk about all that. As always, if you enjoy it, find it helpful, make sure that you drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That's all I'm asking in return. It's almost 1:30 in the morning, so I would really appreciate you guys dropping a like and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And the links to our Discord and Patreon is going to be down below if you're interested in joining. And of course, getting access to all the buy and sell alerts, options alerts, trade ideas, members only private videos. Everything is going to be included, as well as the early access to our beta launch in 2024 for our MoneyVest Pro platform. So a couple catalysts that came out today. So Tesla Cybertruck to see nearly 120,000 deliveries in 2024. This was from an analyst. So this right here was a catalyst. So Elon Musk run Tesla Cybertruck will reportedly witness 100,000 to 120,000 deliveries in 2024 and 240,000 deliveries to 260,000 deliveries in 2025. This was from a TF International Securities analyst Ming-Chi Kuo. One of Apple's most respected analysts expects Cybertruck shipments to begin this year, but only about 100 to 200 units would likely be delivered to customers. But the current shipment estimates for Cybertruck in 2023, 24, and 25 are 100, 200, 100,000, 120,000, and then 240, 260,000 units respectively. And that's going to obviously add to a significant amount of revenue and bottom line for the company as well. Now, Tesla is going to be reporting earnings next week. So Wednesday, October 18th, and the revenue expectations are $24.2 billion and an EPS guidance of over 73 cents per share. Now, we already know that Tesla delivered over 430,000 vehicles in the third quarter 2023. That was a little bit over 28% increase on a year-over-year basis, and they also reiterated their expectations for 1.8 million vehicles for 2023, right? So they kind of reiterated that target, that goal remains unchanged. Now, the biggest concerning piece is going to be margins, right? Margins has been an ongoing issue for Tesla, unfortunately, because Wall Street is very much concerned with short-term profitability. And if margins continue to decline as they have been over the last 5 quarters, we've seen gross margins and operating margins continue to struggle and come under a lot of pressure as Tesla has gone through these several price cuts in 2023. Well, that is going to potentially act as a negative catalyst once again. So you'll notice the last time Tesla reported earnings, even though they beat EPS by significantly, right? 14-15% beat. Revenue was also a beat. The stock price dropped the following day, almost 10%. And that pretty much kickstarted that sell-off, right? So it was down over 9.7% that day, and then followed that up by another 18% drop in the days to follow. It did rebound a little bit, but didn't quite get up to as high as it did before. Sold off once again, and right now it's trading at its 100 simple moving average. That's going to be that white line you guys see on the chart, and it's coming down to that support. Now, if I bring up the other technical pieces, which is the lower high and the lower low pattern, basically what happened with Tesla was that it was trading in this downtrending channel, got rejected here at around 276. So this right here was a very important level of resistance. We came back down, validated this support at this higher low. So if I scroll back a little bit, what you'll notice is that Tesla was also trading in this uptrending channel. So it pushed up, sold off, pushed up, sold off, pushed up. So it was in a very nice uptrend of higher highs and higher lows. So this right here are the higher highs. This right here were the higher lows. And right now we didn't quite get up to this higher high. Why? Because there was a massive amount of resistance sitting between $280 and $320 per share. So this right here, massive amount of resistance, because we have gotten rejected here not once, twice, 3 times. I mean, you can see the lot of resistance here sitting for Tesla. I mentioned this in one of my previous videos that there is a lot of supply for Tesla sitting roughly between $280 and $320 per share. Well, a very unfortunate thing happened today where Tesla did break down, and it wasn't on low volume either. Over 100 million shares traded, and right now it's trading just above its 100 simple moving average. Now the 200 SMA is still a little bit lower, so if I bring up the 200 SMA, that's going to be sitting roughly in the low 200s, and that's exactly where, as unfortunate as it is, and guys, look, Tesla is my biggest position, right? I want Tesla to be successful long term. But in the short term and looking at the technicals, I have to be objective and I have to call it out as I see it. And unfortunately, the technicals don't look that strong. And that's exactly one of the reasons I sold calls with 325 strikes. I sold calls with $300 strikes. I sold calls with 275 strike because there is resistance. There's a lot of supply sitting up top here. We haven't broken out of that level since April of last year. It's been well over 12 months. In fact, it's been 16 months or 18 months since Tesla's traded above $300, right? We haven't traded above $300 in that much time because there's a lot of resistance sitting at $280 to as much as $320. So that $40 range, massive resistance for Tesla. That's actually why I feel a lot more confident with the calls that I have that they're going to expire out of the money and worthless because of that massive supply. Now, there was another catalyst that came out today. Not really a catalyst, but a huge achievement and a milestone for Tesla, which suggested that Tesla here achieving 20 millionth 4680 cell battery cell at Giga Texas. So that was obviously a huge achievement for the company as well. But like I said, technicals here are not lining up great ahead of the earnings that are coming out next week. So support level is going to be in the low 200s, so 228 down to $211, $212 per share, with the resistance staying put at roughly 260s to as much as $277 per share. One more catalyst I want to point out is that Dan Niles is actually shorting Tesla stock right now. That's correct. He is one of the bold ones who is taking up a short position on Tesla. I read that catalyst earlier in the day. Let me see if I can find it so I can read that for you. But the bottom line is that he has taken up a short position on Tesla at the moment. And finally, Cathie Wood's ARK nears multi-month lows as investors retract $500 million since its 2023 peak. So Cathie Wood, of course, being one of the biggest holdings for Cathie Wood, ARK Invest, has been Tesla stock. It is still not performing as well. So it's still obviously way, way below from its all-time highs. And year to date, it is only up 18.6%, definitely trailing behind the NASDAQ, even though Tesla has been one of their biggest positions, although she has been obviously selling and trimming some of that Tesla position as well. So hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Bottom line is that Tesla is definitely dealing with a little bit of that margin pressure that Wall Street continues to focus on, but I think that's a little bit more short-sighted. Long term, I think Tesla's got a tremendous amount of opportunity in front of it with electric vehicles, with battery, with solar, with autonomous driving, the robotics, artificial intelligence. I mean, the list goes on and on. But it hasn't materialized yet. So in my eyes, it is still an EV company with the potential to become a tech company. But of course, a lot of people would disagree that Tesla's already a tech company, which I don't think it is. It's right now, it's still EV. It has the potential to become a tech company. That's where the thesis really comes in, and how Tesla could potentially demand higher multiples because it's got the potential to become a tech companies. So as always, if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, make sure that you drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Again, link's going to be down below if you are interested in joining our Discord and our Patreon. We'll love to have you on board. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And as always, happy investing, and I'll see you all in the next video.